Hello everybody, welcome back to another review. My name is Matthew, and this video is about a figure I've always wanted, and I finally have it. Today, we are taking a look at the Playmates Skullcrawler. I don't know. I took a pause just to make him sound even cooler, because like usually we have Kong, Skull Island, Kong, or like some sort of Godzilla, like Burning Godzilla. But now this is a Skullcrawler. More specifically, this is one with HEAV. This is the Skullcrawler with HEAV, or the only Skullcrawler that they released. But yeah, today we're just gonna take a look at him today. For the sculpt and paint, honestly, this thing could not be any more cooler. You have a nice white spray going on the front of the jaw, the head, I guess. The eyes are really well painted, which for the longest time we all thought that this was the eye, but no, these are actually just heat sensors or fake eyes to make opponents attack this part into really thinking that in reality that the eyes are actually back there. So pretty cool, honestly. Nice design choice there, Legendary and Vote Roberts. We're taking a look at the mouth here. The mouth paint isn't really all that great. It's just pink, not really much. The sculpt is fantastic, though. Nice lines, teeth. Oddly enough, it's just the tongue, and there's no like innerward row of teeth or anything like that, which I find kind of odd. But given the design of the figure, that's all alright. The body itself is made from a kind of a brown-gray mix of color plastic. This part's kind of rubbery. This part's rubbery. We'll get into that a bit. And yeah, we have elbow spike. Not too much in the realm of paint, although it's very shiny at the bottom of the chest, I guess. And yeah, we have the yellow eye again on this side. Black pupil that's kind of slitted, and of course the blood red. Look at that. This just makes it pop on the shelf. This just looks beautiful in my opinion. I love this thing. And you have like little red creases going around right here to give it some more detail and flair. They're not, are they detailed on? Are they? I don't think they are. Yeah, they might not be, or maybe I actually can't tell. But of course, it's a Playmates Godzilla vs. Kong figure, so you obviously know what it is. Battle damage, which showcases the spine and the ribs, the rib cage, a little hollow in there. I like the red application, not too much in the realm of paint. I heard many people complain about the way the battle damage is set up, because let me bring in, who should I bring in? I'm going to bring in Kong himself from Kong's, not Kong Skull Island, GVK. Because if you look at it like this, the battle damage is set up in a way where it looks natural. Come on, open it up. This looks natural. But the fact that there's like jagged lines, like straight, and just makes it look like it's artificially cut. I kind of do agree, but then again, where are you going to place battle damage on a Skullcrawler? Oh, and there we go. I dropped the battle damage. I'm going to say that. Like, where else are you really supposed to put the battle damage, and how else are you supposed to do it well? Because I can't really think of any other way they could have done the battle damage. Maybe something on the stomach. But then again, the whole intention of the battle damage from Playmates is that it's supposed to be literally obvious that it's there, but yet once you put it on, it's not so obvious, but yet this is just obvious. You literally have the whole thumb hole right here that you just dig in with your thumb and just take it out, and there you go. Which, by the way, that's basically death for the Skullcrawler. If that was actually on the real battle damage. I've heard many people say that their battle damage was kind of lifted on mine. It doesn't look all that bad. I have to push it in. Come on. Push it in. I actually think this is as far. Oh, nope. There we go. Yeah, it turns out you just got to give it more of a shove than you got to do with the others. For articulation, the jaw is hinged, so you can go really wide open. I mean, the Skullcrawler's always had a big mouth, so You gotta eat something. Eat a big cheeseburger. Go to a McDonald's and see if you can order the world's biggest hamburger. There's no articulation at the head, even though it kind of looks like it. It's kind of similar to Godzilla, where it looks like there's a joint, but it's not really meant to move. And I imagine if you try to twist it, you're just gonna end up just snapping either this whole thing in half or this just right off. The shoulders, and yes, they are shoulders, because just look at this. That's clearly an elbow, arm, shoulder. The shoulder here is on a rotation and a hinge joint. Maybe there's a ball joint somewhere in there. You can go out and in, up and down, side to side. Same with the elbow. There's kind of a bend more towards the forearm of it. So you can kind of go in and out, forward and back. If you aim it this way, it's kind of plugged in weird. But if you aim it this way, you can kind of get some side to side like that. But mostly you'll be getting this. Nothing at the palm, which I kind of find really weird. And for the tail, just one big ball joint right here, which is easily can pop off if you're not careful. But honestly, you should be able to have a lot of fun with this thing. Something I find weird, however, is that because of the way it looks, you gotta play with this thing with minimal pressure. What I mean by this is you can't just shove it down, because if you do that, he's just gonna kind of bend down. Or actually, this could be good for like a wee, like maybe some sort of what is that maneuver called? Pouncing. There you go, pouncing. So he can like pounce on his prey, which is something that Skullcrawlers do. We literally see a Skullcrawler jump at Kong, just pounce at him. And yeah, that's kind of it for the figure itself. What kind of accessories does he come with, aside from the battle damage piece? A HEAV, which, if you don't know, if you haven't seen the movie, basically, spoilers, I mean, why are you watching this video? The movie's been out for over a year. Essentially, in the movie, they use these vehicles to go into the Hollow Earth and explore the place. And they don't come across any Skullcrawlers, but those are more from Apex themselves. In fact, his true name is Number 10, but he's still the Skullcrawler, so this is kind of a weird combination. I guess this is like the fantasized what if the HEAV was going into the Hollow Earth and they found like these red Skullcrawlers or something. But honestly, I feel like they could have done something else, you know? What else they could have included with the Skullcrawler? Here's a good idea, or a good concept. Let's bring out the Godzilla with heat ray. Let's look at the way that it's set up. So we have the beam itself, which has a plug right toward the top of the throat, and then you can just shove it in there. I know what you're thinking, but the Skullcrawler doesn't have a beam weapon. You're right. But it does have an extendable tongue. So what I feel like they could have done is they could have cleared some of the top roof of the plastic at the top of the roof of the mouth and made a plastic piece that looked like a big tongue that could, you might extend it and you could just put it in there and then kind of open it the mouth up and just, I don't know, go to town, just tonguing everything. That would be a good idea of how to do that accessory, I feel like. But the accessory we do get, like or something like that. I mean, it's fine, but like, I'd much rather have a tongue accessory rather than a HEAV accessory, because we already got that. We already got that with the Mecha Godzilla that Playmates would later release. So it's not like we were missing out on anything. And that's really all I have to say about that. So let's get Godzilla out of the way. Actually, there's your size comparison. He's about 6 inches anyway. And you already saw him next to the Kong, so do I recommend this figure? Absolutely. If you can track him down for a good price, because they're starting to reissue these guys again in the form of the MonsterVerse series, which all 4 movies are getting figures. King of the Monsters 2014, Kong Skull Island, which already got figures, and of course GVK, which started this whole thing. Or I guess Kong Skull Island kind of started it before, but the GVK figures were in production, and you know what, screw it. Yeah, these guys are getting reissued, so if you want a Skullcrawler, definitely pick yours up. In fact, The only other Skullcrawler I have is a quick little comparison. If I can even find the thing. Oh wow, there he is. He is tucked all the way in a corner. The little tiny Playmate Skullcrawler. This little guy, which... Is it scary how this is almost accurate scale-wise from the tiny little Skullcrawlers that appear in Kong Skull Island versus the big one that appear in GVK? But yeah, definitely so yeah, I definitely do recommend this figure. If you guys like this video, definitely subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Like the video too. Peace out, everyone.